between the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway in Atlanta. Fielded at the 7. All right, so we'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. They're going to run it here. It's Bijan Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Another carry for Robinson. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 8 on that one. And that's a Falcon first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. It was Montez Sweat who took him down.
You know, okay, these are some of the little hidden plays in the game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, Shaq.
Heads out on the bootleg. He rolls to his right. Rolling deep down the near sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they're going to have goal to go as he stopped at the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
Buying some time right. Got a man, it's Mayer. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for our rookie out of Tulane. Nearly starts the drive with a 1st down run. Stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive starter. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable 2nd down.
Back-to-back carries here. He did well to shake off one tackle partner, but the next one got him. He's going to lose yards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Ooh, and almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it, so the potential turnover lines up on the ground. They'll bring up 4th down. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
On play action, Williams. It's on target to Moore. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. So 21 yards and the first. What a call to go for it there on 4.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
We've set it downs from 37. Williams to throw on first. Finds him over the middle. He'll take this ahead to the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Juwan Bentley.
There's no question, Kate, big plays down the seam or big tight ends, a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches will really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
On play action, here's Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I love that. I love that defensively right there. It's about the only thing you could do to the tight ends at this level. You have got to disrupt them. You have got to match their physicality with even more physicality, and it forced an incompletion.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. Pass brought in by Burton. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll be 1st down Chicago.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Back to the well again. Running in the red zone. Touchdown, Chicago! The Bears finish off their opening drive. Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bears respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Oh, Barkley got a hit and he lost the football. Oh, man, lucky break there. He falls on it himself. We nearly saw their problems really start to snowball following that touchdown.
You could feel, even up in the booth, a full-on panic there for just a moment. But he did make sure it never overwhelmed him. He picks the ball back up. May have cost him some yards. Didn't cost him the possession. As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy can turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Let's go. Let's go.
Penix here from the gun. Forced out to his right. Looking to his running back, incomplete. That play's going to bring up 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. He's him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. They gain 11 on that play, and that is good enough for Atlanta 1st down. No doubt they take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Falcon first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And again, it's Penix. Headed out right. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They get 27 on the play. And that is good enough for Atlanta first down.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Here's a counter give to Robinson. It'll be a quality gain on the run, and that also brings us to the end of this quarter. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Welcome back. Time for our second quarter. The Falcons with a chance to score. On second down, Robinson. And he's not going to get the first. He needed real close, though, didn't he, Bronk? It's a gain of 5, third down coming up.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
Here's Robinson. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal.
And in for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a second quarter lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Bates now for the point after.
The kicker on for the extra point.
The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Chicago bringing the offense to the line. It's first and 10.
What is up?
Blown back, it's the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front block. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be second and 12. Williams off the play fake. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be third down.
And I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Complete beyond the marker. At the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. He'll take this at the 10. He's brought down just inside the 25.
and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
It's not enough. You solid, not enough. You better reach them, but it's not enough.
Falcons getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Play fake. Penix. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Falcon 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
He hurries forward here for a 9-yard gain. 2nd down coming up.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Robinson again here on 2nd. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Penix on 3rd down. You look underneath here, Robinson. And this does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. Trying to push this past the marker. And he stops. The call to go for it from their own side backfires on him with a turnover on downs. And that's some great field position.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run. And the reward is they get off the field.
Now here he goes down the right sideline. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears take the lead on the first play of the drive. Santos now for the extra point. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. So they'll decline this and take the result.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. Atlanta about ready to go now. 1st and 10. They're going play fake with Penix. Bails out of the pocket quick. Dumps it off to Robinson. They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. So a 27-yard pickup on that play. And that is good enough for an Atlanta 1st down. From the shotgun, Penix. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. Mario Douglas, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That one complete to Pitts. And he will not score, but that does set him up front with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that gives them 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in just a moment. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Robinson will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. I think he lost close to 3 on that play.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB's going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Firing quickly is Penix, complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target. And they were able...
And cut in the end zone for the Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Drake London with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. The XP is up and good. And the Falcons tie this game at 21. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to center away. Okay, well that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Running this one left. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They gain 11 on that play. And it'll be 1st down Bears.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know it can set the table for more.
1st down, Williams to throw. Into traffic, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The Bears decide to call their 1st timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st down, Williams. Throwing the out route, complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. Trying the right side. Great work there to evade the tackle, but the rest of the run, pretty forgettable. No gain there. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Caught at the 6. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears take the lead just before halftime. Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Here's a return from the 7. Big shot at the end of that run back as he gets it just past the 20. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Devon Dexter escorted him to the ground. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll stick with the ground game here. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Riley Moss with that tackle. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be its 2nd. To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. All right, I think we know what's happening. They're going to continue running it until this clock runs out. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Looking to throw. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Riley Moss with the pick. And it's a house call. Pick 6. Touchdown, Chicago. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Patterson now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Bears making their way up to the line. Here comes 1st and 10.
What is going on?
The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
That's the kind of yardage. It's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Throw left side, complete. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that'll be 1st down, Chicago.
50-yard line.
What is up?
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
What a great sign to start the 2nd half for this offense, because with a lead, well, the ground game becomes your best friend, the centerpiece for this offense, trying to chew up that clock.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Xavier Watts getting in there defensively. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
What is it?
Williams from the gun. And he sure came us all to make that play, but it hits the deck. It's going to be 3rd down.
That's a throw at this level. So much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Secured by Burden on the slant. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards after catch. That is a job well done.
Looking inside the red zone. Makes the catch. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
They'll try and punch it in. And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Just a couple on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
What is it?
To throw, Williams. Dumped off to his running back. And he's not going to get in. Another stand defensively. They've made it 4th and goal. The Bears bring on Cairo Santos for the field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Santos' kick is good. And that makes this a 3-score game.
Had the lead at the break, and the important thing is really to come out hot in the 2nd half and add to it. Sure, you love touchdowns, but you'll take those 3 points as well.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one hit the landing zone first and then into the end zone. So it's going to be a touchback out to the 20.
20-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Here's Robinson up the middle. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you can put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Well, he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Falcon first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Penix off the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes. And he's going to slide down here. Picked up close to 5 before the slide. It's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 5
I love that play.
at the 40-yard
I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield. Get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
And they take him down just as he gets inside that red zone. So that's going to go as a pickup of 36 yards. And that is good enough for an Atlanta first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
From the red zone on first. To the right side and reeled in by London. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. Third down coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap.
Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons start the second half with some needed points. Demario Douglas with the touchdown. Bait snap for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Falcons cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Patterson now to return it. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And after one play of this drive, might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. So we're through 3 here. It's Bears football to begin the 4th as they try to hang on to the lead in a close game. A lot of work to do as that sack makes this a tough 2nd and 17. Williams on the play action. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this third down.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete.
We see this all the time. The number one thing you see NFL defenses do to try to force that fourth down, it's down coverage. Put your cover guys on the field. Let the boys up front cut it loose with pressure, and let the cover guys go shut it down.
Starts the return at the 34. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
At their own 41-yard line.
Good starting spot here for the Falcons, Brock. This is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on second down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Another carry for Robinson. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Montez Sweat brought it down. That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Penix working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's a Falcon first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. He's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
The stop is made after a gain of 6. That's going to make it 1st and goal.
And those are the completions they rely on in their passing game.
Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Throwing, Penix. Now trying to set up the screen. Here's Robinson. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Dude, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Penix looking to pass. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. The Falcons making a 4-point game here in the 4th. They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal to tie this game in the 4th.
Falcons 35.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Burden now to return it. Showing a little burst so far. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. Some nice field position here. Bears getting set. 1st and 10.
What is up?
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a give on the counter. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
What is going on?
Back to the well again. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
What is up?
Looking to throw. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Okay, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on third down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
And he's brought down after a short gain. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Bears only up by a few. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Williams will look to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Back to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
Look at them. They don't want to surrender the lead or possession. The offense staying out there on 4. He's back to throw. Pass brought in by Burden. And he's got the first down for the Bears, Brock, and that should clinch the Mish win. Timeout called by Atlanta. That's going to be at second. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10. Handoff now from the gun. And not much more there. He's down to the 15-yard line. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. That's all they had. So the offense free to start running the clock down now. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8.
That's right.
Now give left side. Has room into the secondary. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears make it a 9-point advantage. Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. A toss now to Robinson. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield stripe. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here. Penix on first down. Look underneath here, Robinson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
On second down, Robinson. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Throwing now. He rolls to his right. Trying to push deep downfield. Well, they had the look. Certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
Desperation time here on 4th. Gets this one to London. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
And the Falcons, first down.
Penix now on first down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's Intercepted!
Texas pass. Intercepted. They'll take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Here's a design run. So the Bears take this one on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.